Have you ever asked yourself, why am I so lazy? You have goals, you have dreams, you have plans, but somehow, you still end up scrolling your phone, watching random videos instead of working. Guess what? You are not lazy. Your brain is just addicted to tiny dopamine rewards. Stay with me until the end, because today, you will practice listening, learn new vocabulary, and reflect on how small steps can create big change. This lesson is level A to 2B1. Perfect if you already understand basic English but want to grow faster. And if you want to improve even more, check the link in the description. You'll find a free practice exercise to review vocabulary and speaking after this video. Laziness is not always what it seems. It's not a flaw in your character. It's often the result of how your brain has been trained, and the main reason is dopamine, the brain's feel-good chemical. It's released whenever you experience pleasure, excitement, or reward. Every time you check your phone, scroll through social media, or get likes on a post, your brain gets a tiny hit of dopamine. It feels good, fast, and easy. But here's the problem. Too much of it rewires your brain. Your brain starts chasing quick pleasure instead of real progress. Tasks that need effort, like reading, studying, or exercising, start to feel boring. Your motivation disappears, not because you're lazy, but because your reward system has been hijacked. So, how do we fix this? Think of dopamine like a thermostat for motivation. If it's set too high from constant stimulation, normal effort no longer feels satisfying. You crave the next hit, the next video, the next notification, the next scroll. Awareness is the first step. When you understand that your brain is temporarily rewired, you can stop blaming yourself and start retraining it. Instead of chasing instant pleasure, teach your brain to enjoy effort. Start small. Complete one task. Make your bed, write one paragraph, do 10 push-ups. Then reward yourself, but not with a screen. Take a short walk, enjoy a cup of tea, stretch. This creates a positive feedback loop. Your brain begins to associate effort with real satisfaction. Over time, these small, real rewards feel better than the quick hits from scrolling. Don't try to change your whole life in one day. Your brain needs repetition to build new habits. Begin with just 5 minutes. Read 5 pages. Write for 5 minutes. Walk without your phone for 5 minutes. At first, it may feel uncomfortable, but that's a sign your brain is adjusting. Slowly, your motivation thermostat resets. Your focus improves. Your energy returns. Remember, beating laziness isn't about forcing yourself. It's about retraining your brain to find joy in real progress. So today, take one small step. Focus for 5 minutes on something that matters. Reward yourself meaningfully. Let your brain remember what real satisfaction feels like. Laziness is not your enemy. It's a signal, a sign that your brain needs balance and care. Iko was a freelance designer. She loved her work, creating websites, logos, and illustrations. But somehow, her projects were always late. Every morning, she sat at her desk with coffee and opened her laptop. "Okay," she whispered, "today I'll get things done. Just one quick YouTube video first." One video became 10. An hour passed, then 2. Her screen was full, but her design canvas stayed empty. "Why am I so lazy?" she sighed. For months, Eki blamed herself. Maybe she wasn't disciplined enough. Maybe she wasn't like other freelancers she admired. Then one day, she read an article called Dopamine Addiction. Why small pleasures steal your focus. It said that every time the brain gets a tiny, fast reward, like a like, a scroll, or a short video, it releases dopamine. The more she chased it, the less focused she became. Iko froze. "Wait, it's not me," she said, "it's my brain." That night, she decided to retrain it. The next morning, she opened her laptop, and the urge to check YouTube returned. But this time, she took a deep breath and said, "Not now. One small task first." 10 minutes later, she had her first sketch. It wasn't perfect, but it was progress. She smiled. It felt good, truly good. For the next week, she practiced again and again. Whenever she wanted to scroll, she repeated her new mantra, "I choose focus over distraction." By the end of the week, her designs were finished early. Her ideas flowed easily. And when she finally watched a video, it felt like a reward, not an escape. Ika smiled. "I'm not lazy," she whispered. "I just needed to train my brain again." Quick dopamine hits can trick your brain into procrastination. Small, consistent effort builds real focus. True rewards feel better after work, not before. Laziness is not a weakness. It's a habit you can retrain. Reward means something good you get after effort. Addiction means when your brain wants something again and again. Effort means using energy to do something hard. Focus means paying full attention to one thing. Imagine you are Eka, talking to a friend. "I thought I was lazy, but it was just my brain chasing dopamine. Now I focus first, reward later." Now be the friend encouraging her. That's great. Small changes make big results. You're training your brain to love focus again. Tom worked at a gym. Ironically, he was one of the few employees who never exercised regularly. Every day, he walked past the weights, the treadmills, and the dumbbells, helping clients with their routines. But when it came to himself, he always said, "I'll start tomorrow." But tomorrow never came. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. And Tom felt frustrated every time he looked in the mirror. He was tired, a bit sluggish, and deep down, he knew he was capable of more. One evening, while scrolling through YouTube, he found a video about dopamine detox and habit formation. As he watched, something clicked. The video explained that our brains are wired to avoid big challenges. When the task feels too big, your brain releases less dopamine. That's why starting something hard feels exhausting. Not because you're lazy, but because your brain isn't rewarding you enough for the beginning effort. Tom paused the video and thought, so it's not me being lazy. It's just my brain trying to protect me, but maybe I can trick it. He decided to make a simple rule for himself. Just 5 minutes, that's all I need to do. The next morning, Tom stood in front of the treadmill. His heart was pounding. Doubt crept in, but he reminded himself of the rule. Just 5 minutes, I can do this. He ran for 5 minutes, then he stopped. He expected it to feel pointless, but instead, he felt proud and energized. The next day, he added a little more. 10 minutes of jogging, a few push-ups, some stretching. Each day, he increased the duration, always respecting the 5-minute start rule. By the end of the month, something incredible had happened. Tom was exercising 30 minutes every day. He wasn't waiting for motivation. He didn't need it anymore. Momentum had taken over. He realized a powerful truth. Motivation doesn't come before action, it comes after. Tom's energy changed. He felt alive again. His body grew stronger and more capable. But the biggest transformation happened in his mind. He no longer procrastinated. He no longer let fear or doubt stop him. He simply started. One day, while teaching a client a new workout, he smiled to himself and said, "I've learned the secret. Start small. Start now. 5 minutes is enough to change everything. Don't wait for motivation. Start with small, manageable steps. Momentum builds after action, not before." Breaking a big task into tiny steps tricks your brain into dopamine rewards. Gradual consistency creates long-term change in habits, in body, and in mind. Momentum means continuous movement that keeps you going. Challenge means something that's hard, but helps you grow. Routine means something you do regularly. Progress means improvement or movement forward. You are Tom encouraging a friend. Start small. Even 5 minutes is enough. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Now be the friend asking for help. "I always feel too lazy to start. What should I do? How can I make it easier to move?" Nina was a university student with big dreams. She wanted to excel in her studies, learn new skills, maybe even start a blog. But somehow, every free moment turned into endless scrolling, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, you name it. One night, after a long day of classes, she looked at the clock. Her eyes widened. 4 hours. I just spent 4 hours doing nothing. Her heart sank. Her mind felt full of noise but empty at the same time. She had read articles, watched tutorials, even made plans, but nothing got done. She was chasing tiny dopamine hits, a quick rush of pleasure from each notification or funny video. That night, she decided to experiment. If I can't stop scrolling, she thought, I'll replace it with something meaningful. She grabbed her notebook and made a simple rule. Every time she wanted to check her phone, she would open her notebook and write one sentence. The first day felt awkward. She stared at the paper and wrote slowly, I don't know what to write, but I guess I'll try. Day 2 was a little better, but still uncomfortable. She missed her phone. Her fingers twitched to open it, but she wrote anyway. Slowly, the sentences grew longer. She wrote about her worries, her dreams, and random thoughts that came to mind. By day 3, something magical happened. Her thoughts became clearer. Problems she'd been stressing about suddenly looked so. She created a study plan. She wrote about a personal conflict and found ways to communicate better. Her journaling became a dopamine swap. Instead of fleeting pleasures from her phone, she rewarded her brain with clarity, insight, and accomplishment. By the end of the week, Nina looked through her notebook and smiled. She wrote one final line, I didn't lose time. I found myself, for the first time in months, her phone didn't control her anymore. Her mind did. She realized a powerful truth. The more I train my brain to find real rewards, the stronger my focus, my creativity, and my peace become. Her friends noticed too. She was calmer in class, more confident in discussions, and had a new spark in her eyes. That little habit, swapping scrolling for journaling, had completely transformed her life. One sentence at a time. Replace quick dopamine habits with meaningful alternatives. Small daily actions create clarity and focus. True control comes from training your mind, not fighting your impulses. Reflection and writing help you find calm creativity and inner peace. Habit means something you do regularly without thinking. Replace means to use something new instead of the old. Clarity means clear thinking or understanding. Mindful means aware and calm about what you are doing. Imagine you are Nina giving advice. I replaced scrolling with journaling. Now I feel calm and clear. Now, as a friend. That's amazing. I want to try that too. Maybe writing will help me think better. Ask yourself, what gives me quick dopamine but no real progress? What small action can I do today to train my brain for focus? Remember, you're not lazy, you're just distracted. And distraction can be unlearned, one small choice at a time. If these stories inspired you, please like this video. Subscribe for more English stories about mindset, motivation, and real growth. Now I want to hear from you in the comments. What's one habit you want to replace this week? Your story might inspire someone else. Remember, you don't need to wait for motivation. Start small, stay consistent, and your brain will follow.